Assalamualaikum from the UK. Wow, that's crazy. Hold on, guys. Let me invite our guest today. Hold on, I'm looking for our guest. For Philip. How's it going, guys? Hold on. I got some surprises for you. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hold on. Check this out, guys. Mint green, pastel pink, Boya edition. Pastel pink, Boya edition. Super dope. We're waiting for our guest, dari Instagram. We have a guest from Instagram joining us shortly. I'm looking for his name. I don't see him. Don't see him. I don't see him. Korang okay? Korang semua sihat? Hold on now, guys. Give me a second. Looking for our guest. How you guys doing? What's going on, Iris? What's going on, Zahin? What's up, Jew? What's up, Yusuf? What up, bro? Nuriz. Hold on, guys. Do not request to go live with me. My request pula. I'm looking for Philip CHUA. Where are you? Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Oh man, here we go. Hold on. Asal ramai gila orang request masuk live ni. Hold on, guys. We have a guest today. Is he live, Aiman? I don't see him. Anyways, while waiting for our guest, I want to show you guys this hoodie. Check this out, bro. Pastel pink, Boya edition. Pastel pink, Boya edition. Not for sale. Kita nak buat giveaway. Inshallah, very, very soon. Bro, is he on? Aiman?
Yeah, after dia.
Caprice buka cap. Tak boleh buka cap lagi, bro. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yo, look at all these requests to go live with me, man.
That's why dia tak tu. Tahu tak?
Tapi ada limit ke, bro?
Tak ada.
Is Philip online now? Is he on right now? Kita ada guest, kita ada tetamu malam ni dari Instagram itself. Philip CHUA is from Instagram, guys. Dia kerja dekat Instagram, bahagian policy. So this is a very cool topic, guys. Kalau korang ada apa-apa soalan tentang Instagram, social policy and whatnot, korang boleh tanya hari ni juga tentang bullying, anxiety, depression. Orang yang suka bash orang dekat Instagram ni, korang boleh tanya dia banyak soalan. But I'm still looking for him right now.
You can request now.
Already requested or not yet?
He's on IG live right now.
No, he has to enter my IG live. Faham tak? I don't see him. Boleh tak korang jangan request masuk live Caprice ni? I don't see him, bro. Check it out, guys. While waiting for Philip to join, check out the hoodie. Pastel pink Boya edition. Not for sale. Kita nak bagi. I want to give this one away to somebody. Mungkin malam ni, or maybe tomorrow night. We don't know. See how. Mr. Munir, what's the update? 8 o'clock already, bro. 8 o'clock. It's 8:08. How's it going, guys? Semua sihat? How's everyone? Korang dekat rumah, korang buat apa tu? Waalaikumsalam, Adam. What's up? What's up, Mizi? What's up, Julie? Fanis, yes. Caprice memang selalu dekat Publica sebab office Caprice memang dekat situ. Office Rindu Rauda dekat situ. Plus our apps office is in Publica. I'm always there, bro. Always in Publica. What's up, Intan? That's Philip. Where's Philip? You see Philip? Tengah iron jubah. Alhamdulillah. Bro, memang nice, bro. Can you please update me when Philip's inside? Boya edition pastel. Super dope. I got one more, hold on. This is ni color army green. Tapi tak tahu kalau korang minat ke tak. But army green wire edition. Also not for sale. Ni semua kira macam sample lah. So with the samples, kita akan buat giveaway saja. Tak akan jual. Sebab demand dia tak kuat sangat lah. I mean orang suka pakai tapi kalau nak produce tak berbaloi lah. So I'm giving the pink for free. I'm giving the mint green for free. I'm also giving the army green for free as well. Inshallah. Oh, tiba-tiba ramai minat pula. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Is Philip on out? Yes or no? He requested. Philip is inside. I don't see. You see? Hold on guys. Kita nak invite kita punya tetamu hari ni. Wow, look at all the requests. Buat tak korang jangan request masuk live Caprice? Ramai pula request. You see? Aiman, you see or not? Help me out. Nope. Nope. No. Can you guys cancel your request, please? Kita ada tetamu nak masuk live Caprice ni. Can you guys all cancel your requests? About this is over 30 requests.
Too many messages, but it's done.
Oh, I can invite here. Can Philip leave a message? Tell Philip to leave a message in the chat so I can see him. Philip, can you see me? Can you chat? Can Philip leave a chat so I can invite? If I think I'm boleh invite. Boleh invite, bro. Thumbs up. You know what I mean? Time to comment. Comment on the thing. Comment on my live. What is on the news today, Fiaz? I don't know, guys. What is on the news today, guys? Kita tak sempat lagi nak baca berita. CHUA vanilla sampai hampir ke arah anxiety. I can share a bit now. Waiting for Phil to leave a comment. Tapi Caprice hide down my anxieties for almost 10 years now. Since I was 17, 18. I had my first panic attack. So that was my first experience with anxiety. And off and on for the past 10 years, I've been fighting depression. There you go. Philip is in the house. Let's go. Go live with Philip. Please welcome our guest from Instagram, Philip CHUA.
Hey, hello.
My man, Philip. How's it going, brother?
Hi, you have too many people requesting to join your live.
I know. Welcome, brother.
Hey, thank you. Hey, by the way, very nice hoodies. Very nice color. I love it.
Hey, thank you so much, bro. I actually sent some to your office.
Oh, really? Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll send you some.
Thank you very much. Yeah. How are you? This is the second time I'm seeing you today.
Yeah, I know. It's been a long day. You know, after our first event this morning, I had a few meetings. I went to the office and then just came home in time for the IG live.
Thank you for making time. Make sure you take care of your well-being and take time to relax also.
Yeah.
So, hi everybody. Let me just introduce myself very quickly. I'm from Instagram. My name is Philip. Head public policy for Instagram. That means taking care of people who use our app. And this morning I was hanging out with Caprice because we launched Real Talk in Malaysia. So very excited to just kind of like chat, chill, and take questions from everybody actually. All your followers, I think they're very passionate and they probably have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah, let's start. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can just quickly recap. You know, we launched Real Talk this morning. And I was so excited to hear your story. Very interesting. You know, maybe you want to talk a little bit and recap for your followers. You know, what's making you so passionate about mental health?
Sure. I don't know whether my followers know 100%, tapi I had anxiety and depression dari umur 16 since I was 16, 17, and back then no one took me seriously because in a Malay culture, it's very taboo to talk about anxiety or mental illness. So my parents didn't get it. You know what I mean? And I grew up even though I grew up in a diplomatic family, I grew up in a, my dad's a diplomat. I grew up in Jordan, Algeria, Paris, and I was a middle child in my family, so I had the middle child syndrome, right? Middle child. So I'm middle child. Guys, you can comment below. I'm a middle child as well. Whoever is a middle child can comment. I'm a middle child, but I had a middle child syndrome, and when I came back to Malaysia, I felt like I didn't belong here. I felt like an outsider. Because number one, I couldn't speak Bahasa. My Malay was very bad, bro. When I first came to Malaysia, my Bahasa was zero. Like I don't.
Now I think it's very good. Now I think it's very good.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Now it's okay. Well, I'm a mana rajin buat video in Bahasa, but when I first came back to Malaysia, couldn't speak Malay, and so I felt like an outsider. I couldn't fit in. I hang out with these people, I can't fit in. I hang out with these people, I can't fit in. I try to hang out with these people, tak boleh fit in, right? So that was the beginning of my experience with anxiety. I didn't fit in. So the only thing I can do is try to stand out. So I ventured to music, and music was a way for me to express myself, to let go of my stress. Whenever I'm stressed, even till today, bro. Philip, even to today, my followers know this. Whenever I'm stressed, I go to the studio. Yeah. Whenever I'm down, I call my producer. We make music. It's just a way for me to like express myself.
Yeah.
But when I was 16, for no reason, right, bro, I was at a mama stall eating food, and I don't want to go into details, but I actually ran away from home to do music. My mom and dad tak sokong I buat music. My whole family is like kerajaan. My dad is a diplomat. My uncle is in the army, navy, police, JPJ. Satu keluarga semua kerajaan. Everyone are government servants. So suddenly, a guy that studied at international school, I worked so hard. Last, I want to rap. Obviously, my whole family got angry, right? But I made a crazy decision when I was 16, 17. I ran away from home to do music. And that was my journey, the beginning of my journey. Being alone, being by myself, having no parents, having no family. And for no reason, when I was 17, I was at a mama stall, just eating. Suddenly, I can't breathe. For no reason, I just couldn't breathe. I thought I had a heart attack. So my friends rushed me to KPJ Damansara. I thought I had a heart attack. I told my friend, please tell my mom I love her. Please take care of my family. Tell them I'm sorry for running away. I think I'm going to die. I arrived at KPJ Damansara. They took my blood. They checked my oxygen. And they did an ECG for my heart. After and then they gave me some pill for me to relax because I was panicking. I was shaking. I was stiff. And then the doctor came back 1 hour later and said, you know what? You're okay. Your heart is fine. Your oxygen is fine. Your blood is fine. You're okay.
But so you're not okay inside.
Yeah, but
you're not okay inside.
I was going to die. Yeah, I felt like I was going to die. So then the doctor told me, you had a panic attack. Are you depressed? Are you depressed? No, I'm happy. I'm performing at the club. I'm enjoying life. I'm performing here and there. I was doing music. You know, I was not nowhere close to depressed. I was not even stressed. So then he said, you might have to see a psychiatrist. I was like, I'm not crazy. He said, no. Maybe you simpan banyak benda in your heart for so long, it just happened. And then I said, okay, never mind. Cool. I'll go see a psychiatrist. The next day, I saw a psychiatrist. We were talking, just talking about life, what I'm doing now, music. And then suddenly, when the psychiatrist asked me about my mom, you punya relationship with your mom macam mana? How's your relationship with your mom?
Yeah.
For no reason, bro, I started crying, Philip. I was just crying. Waterfall. I was just crying like a baby. Yeah. And then that's when the psychiatrist said, there's some unfinished, unresolved emotions between you and your mom. Yeah. And in my religion, in Islam, our ibu, tapak kaki ibu, our mom's feet is the place of heaven, right? So that's when I realized, oh, this is dangerous. If I don't get my mom's blessing, because I ran away from home, but bear in mind, I ran away from home. I didn't get my mom's blessing. Caprice buat music tanpa izin mak bapak. So my mom and dad were not supportive of my music, and suddenly I'm having anxiety and depression, and the root of that is my relationship with my mom. Yeah. So that was the at 17 years old, I was already exposed to anxiety, depression, and mental illness.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great story because when I hear about it, right, so many things resonate with me. I think
Yeah.
a lot of it, maybe it's an Asian thing. The relationship with the parents, we find it very hard to talk about. What's going on, having that connection. We're not even talking about mental health now. I think it's just like sometimes it's very difficult to talk at home. How do you
Yeah.
manage to kind of like pick up that relationship and like clear things with your parents?
Because my mom is in Venezuela, Philip.
Yeah,
There's no way I can show my mom love. Because my dad got posted as an embassy, the Malaysian embassy
yeah,
in Venezuela. So I can't even show my love to my mom until this
mm,
one day I met this ustaz, Islamic cleric. I was seeing a psychiatrist and I was seeing an
yeah,
ustaz as well. He said, Aris, Restui, your mom's blessing is very important. You have to get
mm,
your mom's blessing in order
mm,
to do whatever you want to do in your life. So he said,
yeah,
Aris, you go back home, you go pray, salat. After your prayer, I want you to make a promise to God. Make a deal with Allah, make a deal with God of how to mend that relationship with your mom. So I went back home, I prayed, and at the end of my salat, I said, Ya Allah, please help me, please protect me. Every
yeah,
time I make money, I will give 300 to my mom. That was my deal with God when I was 18 years old. Every time I make
mm,
money, I will give 300 ringgit to my mom. And bear in mind, Philip, 300 ringgit back then for
yeah,
a 17-year-old is a
yeah.
lot of money. At that
I don't
time,
think I would have that money when I was that age.
my
Yeah,
show money, I was not that famous yet. My show money was about 500 ringgit, 600 ringgit, 500 ringgit, 800 ringgit. If I'm lucky, I get 1,000 ringgit,
yeah,
right? So from 500 ringgit, I had to give my mom 300, right? That was the deal I had with God. It
mm,
was a way for me to sort of solidify that no matter what, even though my mom is far away, I'm far away, I'm going to quietly take care of my mom. I got her account number. Until today, Philip, every time I make money, I quietly send money to my mom until today.
yeah,
After 3 years, my mom found out. She's like, oh, someone had been sending money to me since I was 17, right? And so my
yeah,
mom found out, and I said, Mom. And plus, my first contract I got when I sold a e-learning platform to Johor Corp. It was a 2.5 million contract. We made some money. The first thing I did with that money was give a book Umrah for my mom,
mm,
the
mm.
Islamic pilgrimage to Umrah. I booked a first class
Wow,
ticket for my mom and
wow.
dad, and I've been doing this for so long because it's a way for me to appease that that broken bond. I won't say a broken bond. It's just
I I
how
think
would
that
you say, Philip?
that initial point in time when you're young, and then
Yeah,
you felt like you strayed away, and then after that, you find your way back already, but in the meantime, you're just making up for maybe lost time and what
yeah.
happened before.
Correct. And for me, Philip, it was a way to also deal with the root of my anxiety. The
Yeah.
root is my ibu, the relationship with my mom. That's the root. Outside stress, how do I do outside stress? Oh, I go make music. I go
Mm.
perform at a club. I go make music. I perform at a club. That was a way for me to deal with stress on the outside. But the
Yeah.
root of all my anxiety was the relationship with my mom, with my ibu. And one of the ways that I tackle that underlining root problem until today is to always show love to my mom. Always. If my mom calls me now and says she has an emergency, I will leave the chat right now, say goodbye, I gotta go. My mom is number one.
Yeah.
That's no matter what it is. If I'm at a show or if I'm in a meeting with the Prime Minister of Malaysia and my mom called, I will pick up my mom's call.
Mm.
That's how big a deal my mom is
Mm.
to
No,
me. But
hashtag priorities, man. You
yeah,
have your
and for me, it's
priorities.
a blessing in disguise. To be honest, Philip, before my anxiety, I didn't really show love to my mom in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, I'm glad that I had a panic attack when I was 17,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that a psychiatrist told me the root of it is with your mom. Had I learned it when I'm 30, maybe it might be too late to show love to my mom, right?
Yep.
So to all
Yep.
my followers out there, man, if you have your mom, call your mom, call your ibu now, and just tell your mom, I love you, mom. Just do it.
Yeah.
Even if you have anxiety, it's a way for you to kekalkan your rizki. It's a way for you to have a stable life. Stable. People say stable life, happy wife, stable life, right? People who are married, they say a happy wife, a happy life.
Yeah.
Nah. Take care of your ibu, happy life. Take care of your mom, happy life.
My
Inshallah.
mom, My mom has Instagram, so I don't know whether she's watching this. Mom, I'll call you after the IG live.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know, Caprice, you reminded me of something because I read something the other day. You know, the time we spend with our parents up to at the time we turn 18, that's like 90% of all the time you're going to get with your family. And then after that, you know, work takes over, you have your personal life, maybe you go dating, you go out. But that connection that you have there, the amount of time that you have remaining, that's very, very precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing I wanted to just respond to you, you know, the talking that you had with the psychiatrist, and then after that, you know, finding what was the root of your anxiety. I think that's why, you know, we wanted to call this campaign Real Talk. Because we realized that talking is the first starting point, right? You know, I'm talking to you now, we're chatting through it, but it's also a lot of times we keep the thing pent up inside us. And then maybe it's difficult to find the words, but just describe how you feel. Find your friend, find someone to listen to you. Oftentimes, if you talk about it, you realize what the root is. And then in your case, you realize that, hey, actually, my family, my Ibu, it starts there. I get stressed about everything, but, you know, the root cause here, you discovered that yourself through talking.
100%. And I know, like, on Instagram now, there's a lot of cases of people getting bashed. People getting attacked in the comment section. I'm sure ramai dekat sini yang pernah tengok siapa-siapa yang kena bash ni, they just bash to a point where some people get affected and they get depressed, right? What are steps that Instagram is doing now to help minimize that problem?
Yeah. You know, this is a great opportunity to make a few public service announcements. I think over at Instagram, you know, earlier I started to say we want to take, you know, safety and supporting people very, very seriously. And we don't want anybody to be bullied on Instagram. That's like zero tolerance here. Nobody should come online. Nobody should come on Instagram and have a bad experience. And so, you know, guys, if you go to your settings, turn on comment filters. We are going to filter out any bad words, anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. And that's our technology trying to help people. But I think over and above that also, you know, there are a lot of settings within Instagram that we have built out that sometimes people don't know. You can choose who sends you a message. You can choose who comments on your post. You know, you can choose, you know, whether you want to restrict, block, mute people. It really starts to, I think, also partly taking control of your experience, just like how you can take control about what you're feeling in life. A lot of things are not in your control, but what you choose to open up every day to look at, that's within your control. Owning your feed, I think that's a very big thing. And, you know, if something doesn't make you happy, then unfollow, get it out of your life. And it starts with all those little small things because, you know, if you don't control what you can, how are you going to deal with all the other bits there that, you know, it's tough? What about you, Caprice? What do you personally use on Instagram to help you?
To be honest, Philip, whenever I see negative comments on my IG, I just right-click block. Right-click block. That's all I do. You know, in the past, whenever someone goes over the board, when they make fun of my family or they attack my personality or my private life, if they go that far, I just right-click block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try not to let the negative, toxic energy affect the comment section. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure, for sure. One of the things we were talking about this morning when we were chatting, right, is pin positive comments also. And like, you know, straight up, you put at the top there, any positive comment that sets the tone for the conversation. Hopefully other people follow. But you know, it's a problem that worries me and everybody who works at Instagram because I think in real life, no one is going to come up to you, Caprice, and say this or say that. Why do they think it's okay to say that online? Why do you think it's okay to be like that to people that you follow? And
no one will say it in real life, Philip.
Yeah.
You see the conversation on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook is scary. They will make fun of you. They will kutuk. And some of them are like well dressed. Some of them are adults, Philip. Some of them, when you look at a photo, yo, that's a married man. Yo, that's a married woman. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, they look like nice people, but the comment section, my goodness, Philip, it's crazy. But I know for a fact in real life, they would not talk like that. In real life, these people would not attack someone or say all the bad words in person. You know what I mean? I feel like because of social media and the keyboard, they have the power to just say what they want and hurt someone. You know? So
I think for me then there's some bad stuff we need to take out. And we want to help people to take it out as well as taking responsibility to take it out and filter it out. But at the same time, also, I realized that, you know, in life, it's very hard to meet people that you can be inspired by.
Sure.
And platforms like this actually give us the opportunity, like, your story that you just told everybody about what you went through. How am
Yeah.
I going to hear it if I've never met you before? Or, I
Sure.
only know of you from afar.
Mm.
I think the power here then is, you can connect to people, you can find your community.
Mm.
And I think what makes me really, really surprised is that, Malaysia, there's you, Caprice, Slurpy Crank,
Mm.
Miasa, all these strong voices that we were hanging out with this morning, they're all trying to make a difference. And they're all
Mm.
trying to push a conversation. How do you
Yeah.
feel about what others are doing in Malaysia?
Well, wait, I think doing a great. There's a comment here by Junie. She says sometimes you say I don't care, but most of the time
Yeah,
actually we think and remember about that. So some people are
yeah.
affected. Like in the comment section, if you guys want to share, just share. I'll try to read. But people who get attacked on social media, they pretend like they don't care, but actually it sometimes they do care, and it eats them alive. It's scary. But I think what's happening in Malaysia with Miasa and people like Slurpy Crank who make all these positive videos, in a way, inshallah, they hopefully if we spread positive vibes, it will counter all the negativity on social media. Because
Mm,
now they feel it so much
mm,
negativity. It's
yeah,
crazy. You open
yeah.
Facebook comment section, especially when it comes to politics. I've blocked every politics blog. If you're a political blog, if there's a post about politics, I just block, I just hide it. Because if you read the comment section, Philip, I get depressed. You know what I mean? I get super, even though no one's attacking me, but when I see the state of mind of some people in Malaysia, the way they comment on political issues, on national issues, I was like, man, that's scary. Because
Yeah.
for me, like I tell this all the time, right? To ministers, to the ministry, and to schools and colleges. I always say we have to upgrade the mindset of our people in
Mm,
totality. For every dollar that we invest in infrastructure, tak kisahlah kita nak buat LRT ke, a train station, or brand new subway
yeah.
or highway, or for every dollar we spend on infra, we have to spend equally to upgrade the mindset of our people. That's the
Mm,
only way we can become a first world country. There's no point of having first world infra but third world mentality. There's no point of using an iPhone 10 if you're gonna have a third world mentality. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
it's for me it's scary because
And
the
and
comment section here.
I also feel like, the mindset change, there's almost no excuse now. There are so
Mm,
many good examples and so many inspirational people to learn from and find on the internet.
yeah.
Uh, Sometimes it's just like be like them and find a way to see what about them inspires you and see whether you
Sure.
can make the change in your life. Hey, I've seen
Sure.
many interesting comments come through.
Yeah.
I think there's a Farah Ghazali who mentioned that might be suffering from split personality. I want to quickly call that out. Miasa has a very, very good post that they put up yesterday that they
Mm,
detailed, all the ways in Malaysia someone can get help. And
mm,
most of them are free and they have different layers of comfort level depending on who you want to speak to. And
mm,
so I think the general call here is that if you're going through something, don't feel scared, don't feel alone. There are
mm,
people to talk to. If you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends, there are plenty of people in Malaysia who want
mm,
to help.
mm. Sure.
Miasa has that great resource. So just quick call out there for everyone.
Just a quick question to all the people watching the live right now. Siapa kat sini pernah kena bully atau kecam atau pernah rasa depressed tapi tak tahu mana nak pergi? Say yes. Siapa dekat sini pernah rasa depressed tapi tak tahu mana nak pergi? Say yes. I just want to know roughly whether we have people in the audience who have felt depression but they don't
Mm.
know where to go.
Mm. I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure there's a
Yeah.
lot. Honestly, I share a bit about my personal story. I
Sure.
think, sometimes I feel like we are all ducks in a pond. You see the pond is very calm and very clear, but actually the ducks are paddling very furiously in Finland.
Mm.
There's always going to be something. And I think, we can talk a little bit about this year. I think like this year has been difficult.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
COVID-19, economy,
yeah,
people losing
COVID-19.
jobs. You hear about Malindo? Malindo
Yeah,
shut down how many? Was it 3,000 people? More? Was it more?
tons of people.
Losing
Tons
jobs,
of people.
bro. Losing jobs,
Yeah.
Phillips. That's gonna have a huge impact.
Losing jobs, anxiety. I don't know what's going to happen to the future. loneliness, because a lot of us were just kind of like stuck away from our friends, away from our family.
Yeah.
I think it's been difficult, and you know, it's been tough this year to kind of like deal with it. And that's why I think about the duck, right? Because like, you know, you go around and sometimes maybe you think that someone is successful, someone doesn't have any problems. Actually, all of us have our own inner struggles. And I look at
Yeah.
the amount of people who are saying yes. I mean, that's it, right? Everyone has a struggle. It's not that everyone's the same. It's not
Mm.
that everyone is not special and not different, but we all have something in common, which is that life is not perfect and we need to find our way.
Yeah. Philip, so
Questions.
there's a lot of yes there. What would be the first place you recommend for them to go? People that say yes. Can we give them a solution now? What would be the first place they should go?
So today, this morning, we launched Real Talk in Malaysia, and we actually just highlighted things that have been in Malaysia for the longest time. You know, I want to just quickly call out. There's MIASA, which is the Mental Health Association, and there's also Naluri, that's focused on wellness online. Both of them have tons and tons of resources. And so, for example, you know, this question is coming in. If you're feeling depressed, there's someone professional to speak to. There are hotlines, there are people that you can turn to, the therapy that you can go for, and all these guys have collected the resources together. But you know, I think for a lot of people, it isn't necessarily that straight away I go from I'm feeling depressed to I need to be cured, or I need to go and see a psychiatrist.
Mm.
Sometimes you are going through something, you aren't aware of it, you feel physically frustrated, or you're venting out. You know, there's a varying degrees there, a little bit about being preemptive. And so I think that's where Naluri comes in, because take a
Mm.
step back, you know, check in on yourself, find something. Music is yours, right, Caprice, but you know, other
Sure.
people might do other things. Find an outlet there and see how you can manage it. Because
Mm.
otherwise, then, you know, you don't want to get to a point where you need to then call for drastic solutions. Sometimes it's about the
Sure.
day-to-day, just feel a bit happier.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think? What else besides music gives you joy? Because I realized that, you know, dude, you're into fashion also, and
No, I
style
can
and design.
making money makes me happy. Whenever I can make money, you know what I mean? Whenever I'm
Yeah.
busy, happy. The
Yeah.
thing with me, if I'm not busy, then I get depressed. I'm the guy. If the movie is boring, if I'm watching in the cinema, if I'm in the cinemas, I'm watching a movie. If the movie is boring, I start shaking. I actually start shaking. My hands start shaking. So for me, the way that I deal with stress is not just music, but I keep myself busy.
Yeah.
You know, I as long as I keep myself busy, then it's hard for me to be depressed or down.
We were working with mental health partners in Australia,
Mm,
and they have 5 tips. Maybe I can't remember all 5, but you know, I think it's something like what you said. Keep yourself
mm,
busy, and find something that you know you're passionate about. If you can take time off just to recharge, find God, pray, spiritual,
mm,
meditate, whatever works for you.
mm, mm.
And sometimes also about connecting, calling your mom, calling your friend, and even if you have nothing to talk about, you know, like what is going on in your life, just chat. And I think the last thing here, and I think you'll like this, you know, always be learning. Find something to learn. That, you know,
Mm.
upgrade your mindset. That helps also
Yeah,
to kind of like push things along.
right, right. I
Yeah,
agree. Keep yourself
yeah,
busy. That's one thing about anxiety. Don't be alone. Jangan duduk seorang-seorang. Jangan simpan dalam. Find something healthy. Let me just say that one more time. Find something healthy to express yourself. Don't do anything illegal. No, don't do anything that's harams. Do something
yeah.
healthy to let go of your stress. You know, go to the gym. Sweating helps, guys. Whenever you sweat, it
Yep.
removes all negative toxic from your body. So jog, run on the spot. You know, play something, but keep yourself busy. Do not staying at home alone in a
Mm.
corner is the worst thing you can do to yourself if you are anxious or depressed. Whoever yang baru kena buang kerja, lost your job, get busy quickly. If you just lost a job, don't wait for a new job or don't wait for opportunity. This is not the year to be waiting. 2020 is not the year to be waiting for money to come. 2020 is not the year to wait for good things. You got to go out there and find good things. You have to go out there and find the blessing. You have to go out there and find a new job. You have to go out there and sell something. But this is not the year to relax, even generally. You know what I mean? It's just been a bad year for so many people. So many people out there in Malaysia having a tough time. And
Yeah.
As I always tell people, as quickly as you fall, as quickly as you should get back up. Don't
Yeah.
wait. When you
Yeah.
fall, get back up quickly. Don't sit down and like, oh no, I'm down. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. I'm broke. I have no job. Don't waste a single minute waiting. Straight away, find a solution. If you can still walk, if you can still talk, if your hands can move, if your legs can move, and you can think, get moving. Get moving. Don't wait for nothing. This is not the year to be waiting. You know what I
There's
mean?
a there's a question like how to
Yeah.
stay strong on the path, and I just wanted to quickly ask you, given the advice they've been saying,
Yeah.
don't you feel at times where like it's really difficult, I have no energy to kind of like keep pushing and keep hustling? Do you
Yeah.
feel moments like that, and how do you get through them?
Whenever I get tired,
Yeah.
when back then, whenever I get tired, I just look at a picture of my mom and my parents. There's a picture of my. It's just back here.
Yeah, I
There's a
know.
of
I saw.
my. There's a picture of my mom, my nene, and my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
Every time I'm tired, I look at the picture. If anything happens, y'all are hopefully nothing happens. Touch wood to me. Who's gonna take care of Ibu? Who's gonna take care of Aya? Who's gonna take care of Nene? So then the energy comes back up. I get back out. You know what? No one's gonna take care of them. I gotta do it. So I gotta go out there and work. Whenever I get tired back then, I just look at a picture of my mom, and the energy comes back. It's just like a
Mm,
boost. You know, it's like okay,
mm,
my job here on this planet is not done. You
yeah.
know, my mom is still breathing. I had to give her the world. You know, that's whenever I get tired, that's how I get back the energy. So you know what? I'm still young. I got a grandma, I got a dad, I got a mom. My dad a pensienda. I cannot quit. I cannot stop. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Gotta keep.
My my takeaway from what you just shared is that, you're not just taking care of them, in a way they are also healing you, they're giving you energy. They are making it worthwhile. And they're
Mm,
taking care of you also in their way.
yeah,
So it's two way. It's not just like, you're giving and giving and giving.
sure, 100%.
Yeah.
How do you feel,
Mm.
Philip? How about you? When you get tired, when you get stressed, how do you how do you get back up?
I think I get stressed every day, and honestly, there's a lot to worry about. You talk about all the things you see on the social media, online. There's a lot of bad stuff that we want to get in front of, and there's a lot of good stuff we want to support. It's
Sure.
family, I think. It's family and loved ones, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But my other advice here is that if you want to love other people, you need to love yourself first.
yeah, 100%.
And yeah, and if you don't take a time for yourself, if you don't just communicate with your own self, how are you going to reach out to other people? And so I think that's
100%.
the difficult thing for me. Um,
Mm,
the good thing about this year is that I feel like we've spent more time alone than ever before,
mm,
and I try to use that opportunity to just like better understand how I feel and how I think and why I react like this sometimes, and try to stay a bit more zen, because I
mm,
feel like this year is difficult, but actually there is no such thing as an easy year.
mm.
There's only such a thing as maybe an easy mentality, and it's trying
Sure,
to get a mentality that I think is the challenge.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I agree.
So so many questions. Wow, your followers are great, man. They're awesome.
They're really positive, right? A lot of them are positive for
Yeah.
the most, you know what I mean?
Philip looks like a chill guy. Quite chill lah. Yeah. So
How's
hey,
Instagram? How's working on Instagram, Philip? Is this stressful?
um, working on Instagram is fun. Caprice, we just celebrated our 10th birthday last month.
I'm
So I was like, wow, Instagram is 10 years old already, amazing. So I've had
10 years old. My goodness. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I can't tell whether it's been such a long time or it's been so short, because it just feels like a big flurry.
Yeah.
And so I've been using Instagram for 9.5 years, so nearly from the start. But I only joined them quite recently.
Mm,
I feel like I'm in a good place though. This is a place where I feel like we're doing good stuff. And we're waking up. I wake up every day feeling like there's something different to be made. days like this morning where we launched Real Talk, and I think many companies can come by and say we want to run a campaign, we want to do this, we want to do that, and I think it's admirable. I think what is really humbling for us is that it's not that Instagram wants to do anything special. We just want to show all the voices that are already there in Malaysia. And so it's honestly it's an honor to be here with you. And I'm very thankful for the example that you're setting for your community. Yeah.
Thank you,
Although,
man. Thank you.
Am I praising you too much?
No, it's cool. I appreciate it. No, it's a lot of work to be done. You know what I mean? Still a long way to go.
Yeah.
I enjoy what we do, and it's been fun. You know, even though it's been tough with COVID-19, I used to go to schools and colleges almost every week to share and talk, but it's been fun.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Real talk. We want to have real conversations about mental health. We want to destigmatize and just create more space, lah. How are you planning to work in this campaign? What can your followers look forward to?
I would love for my followers to share more. You know, people who are stressed or anxiety or lost a job, share on social media, hashtag real talk, and tell us how you deal with it. You know, and for me, it will be inspiring for more people to share how they deal with stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like if more people share how they deal with stress, it will help other people feel like, you know what? I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who lost a job. I'm not the only one who's struggling to pay the bills. I'm not alone. And that's important because with anxiety and depression, most people guarantee they will say, I feel like I'm alone.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm lonely, I'm alone, I'm lonely, I'm alone. That's one of the key words people use when they're depressed or anxious. And I feel like if my followers out there can share once a week, right? Hashtag real talk. Guys, I went broke today, but guess what? I started selling choco jars. I just made 300 ringgit, enough to pay my bill. Hey guys, I just lost my job, but guess what? I just applied 3 positions, new jobs, hopefully. Inshallah, pray for me that I get a new job. And I feel like that conversation is as important as any other conversation on social media. You know what I mean?
We want that conversation, because you realize something today. 44% of Malaysians have felt distressed and felt mental.
How many percent?
44% of all
44%
Malaysians.
of Malaysians.
Yes, have felt some form of mental distress this year. So
That's
that's huge. It's half the
that's
people here.
That's almost half the country.
Yeah, it's almost half the country. And you know what it basically means? It basically means if it's not you personally, within your family, there's at least one who is going through a difficult time now. Yeah, confirm, right? So I think, when I think about real talk, I wonder why isn't there that conversation? And we want to have that conversation because otherwise people will feel...
In Malaysia, people are scared to share. It's the truth. It's in our culture, bro. In the Malay culture, if we tell our parents I'm anxious or I'm depressed, they will say go pray, or they would think you're crazy. Philip, when I told my mom, when the first time I told my mom when I was 18, Mom, I'm seeing a psychiatrist. You know what my mom said? Anak mama bukan gila. Hang tak payah jumpa psychiatrist. My mom thought I was crazy. You know what I mean? Because they don't understand this. The idea of anxiety and depression is a hard topic in our culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why 44% are depressed or anxious, but maybe 5% actually share. You know, it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. And maybe this is the opportunity here. We talk about how 2020 has been difficult. Everyone has felt something. I don't believe the 44% because maybe people actually maybe underestimate how they're feeling. The number could be potentially be higher. I feel like this is the year where, for example, your story that you shared today, Caprice. If you're listening and you feel that, you difficulty starting a conversation with your parents, ask them to watch this. Ask them to watch this later on IGTV and like, hey, so and so, this person that I'm inspired by, he also feels this way. Start building awareness that way because sometimes it's not about straight away jumping in to talk about, oh, I'm going through a problem or I'm going through a difficult time. You can start by saying that, hey, actually so and so has this, and there's feelings here and there's a conversation to be had. Then you see where that goes, lah.
There's a comment here.
Oh,
Hold on, there's a comment that we want to read. Someone, I can't read anymore. Hold on. Someone was sharing. I wanted to read it out loud. If you can see that person. Guys, if you want to share, korang nak share your experience with anxiety or depression or losing a job, just comment below. We'll try to read it out
yeah.
and share.
Everybody loves your cat.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
pray. Heaven and
That's,
disco.
yeah.
No matter what, guys, just pray. If you're down, just pray. If you're happy, just pray.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Good stuff. Where was the person who wanted to?
Adakah case to influence anyone? Oh. They want me to speak Bahasa.
That's okay. That's okay.
All love, Vivek. Thank you for the love, bro. Thank you, Yusuf. So, Philip, looking at the numbers, right? You say 44% of Malaysians have anxiety or some form of mental illness. Do you have numbers on Instagram to show, like, how bad is bullying on Instagram right now?
I don't have numbers to share specifically on that,
Okay.
but I can tell you something. We publicly disclose and we publish numbers about all the things we are taking down, all the things that are violating our rules. And the takeaway that we have that's coming away from it is that honestly, for the vast majority of people, internet is a good experience. You are opening Instagram every day because you're getting some kind of joy and getting a good experience from it, and that's why you keep opening it. But I think the mission for us here is to make sure that it's always that small minority only, and we get that small minority to zero. And we don't want to have that on our platform. And so I think one thing you see about Instagram, and we talk a little bit about the controls, we talk a little bit about the features. I think our effort here really is to try to lead the industry because you don't really get that same kind of controls on other apps. That's partly because I think for us it's two things. We want to do this, we want to lead, but we also realize that, hey, there's a lot of young people on Instagram. There are a lot of people under 18. There are people who are impressionable. And bullying there is, I think more impactful and more worrying. As we get older, bullying is serious, but hopefully we find a way to deal with it. When we get younger, it's still a bit raw and still a bit tough. I think that's why we're trying to invest very strongly there. The work is never complete. It's never going to get to zero anytime soon. But I think we are in a very good confidence.
But I think Instagram has been doing a good job, though. I think Instagram has been trying to curb the whole bullying problem for a long time. I think it's improving from now. I mean, compared to like maybe 5 years ago, bullying, cyberbullying has been very bad on social media. But I think on Instagram, I think with your new features and your new policies, I think it has been improving.
Yeah. So I want to encourage everybody, I can't go into the details here, but, there's plenty of resources there on some of these features. Play around with your settings tab because you guys know this best. Actually, you know the app inside out, but maybe people don't spend so much time on the settings. See what suits you and what works best for you. You're going to find a lot of things that we do automatically for you. But at the same time, you're also going to find, hey, I can turn this on, I can turn this off, and suddenly you have a slightly better experience, and you do that day by day. Eventually, you get at an Instagram which just gives you 100% joy. That's our hope for everybody. So I've seen this comment that I wanted to quickly respond. Last year, someone labeled me as a depressed person, and I think there are some questions there earlier about judgment. What do you think, Caprice, about judgment and the calling of names? Since we're also talking about bullying.
I think, Philip, those kind of things we can never run away from. I think being on social media, even being posted whatever on social media, is letting people judge you. Like if you take a photo by yourself, whether you like it or not, people are gonna judge you. If you take a photo with a car, expensive car, like it or not, people are gonna judge you. If you take a picture looking sexy, like it or not, people are gonna judge you. If you take a picture of the food that you're gonna eat. Like it or not, people are gonna judge. So I feel like we cannot control people from judging, but we can improve ourselves of how we respond to it. I believe the best way to tackle this problem is not so much as in like trying to what limit people that judge you, but more so how can I react to it?
Yeah.
If you react to it in a positive way, then hopefully inshallah it's not gonna get to your head. But if you
Yeah.
react to it in a very aggressive way where you fight back, you comment back. He call your mom this, you call his mom this. He call you this, you call his. You go back and forth. Most, if not all, Instagram fights on the comment section never ends well.
Yeah.
I used to make videos posting on whatever, right? When I see people fight in the comment section, 99.9% never ends well. He calls his mom something, she calls his mom something, and that's the end of the conversation. You know, so for me, it's not about being judged. It's how we react to being judged, which is the most important, because that we have control over.
No, no Purple O 05 saying open mind, open heart, and have a limit. I think that's exactly in line with what you're saying. My other bit that I just want to share with everybody is that, comparison is shallow without the sense of the story. And somebody before they tune in today could look at Caprice and be like, hey, this guy, he makes so much money, he's so successful, blah, blah, blah. But they don't realize actually your story. And, you shared so much about what you're going through personally. Suddenly, then it's like you're going from black and white into color. And you realize the dimensions here. And so I think the other bit here about judgment that I just want to share with your followers is that, comparison, judgment is there in life, right? It's how you react, but it's also, I think, how you understand. And if you understand and you take the time to reach out to people, oftentimes then, it goes in a positive direction as opposed to, everybody gets dirty and frustrated.
Yeah. So I got some questions. Can you see the questions on your screen?
Yeah.
Are there any alternatives to the traditional treatments for depression that I can try?
This one I'm not an expert at. Do you have any?
So, I mean, this is just my personal sharing, right? Whenever alternative to traditional treatments, I'm guessing traditionally people go to a psychiatrist or people go to see a ustaz, Islamic cleric. I always tell people, even more basic is to go back to the basics. Which is prayers, your salat. Go back to the basics of Islam. For all my Muslim followers, when you're down and you don't know whether nak pergi jumpa ustaz ke, nak cari doktor ke, if doctor atau ustaz is too hard for you, go back to the basics. Lagi basic pada ustaz, lagi basic pada doktor ialah kita punya solat. Go back to the basics of Islam, and inshallah benda tu boleh bantu kita. Inshallah. Next question. Oh, there's a lot of questions suddenly. Erin, how to control my sad feeling? I always feel sad for no reason. I have no one to share to. Is this depression?
I just personal sharing. I think there are days where you feel sad. Some days you feel happy. The thing though that I realized for myself is that it's not a binary state. Just because you're happy doesn't mean that there's no sadness. It's always a mixture. So part of it there is that, it's always going to fluctuate. I think that's normal. If you have no one to share to, that's not true. There are people to share to. And, I think there's plenty of people here who are trying to share their story. You have friends and people that you can always speak to. Sometimes I think people are just scared of reaching out and scared of mentioning. And it could, and I think, the challenge here also then for everybody else is just checking on your loved ones now and then, and like how are you feeling could actually start a whole conversation. Otherwise, I want to point everyone back to what we were talking at the start. Miasa, that post, the list of all the resources and hotlines, give them a call, reach out to them. They can help.
Oh, let me look at the questions. What is the major cause of depression, actually? Well, that's a very many factors, guys. Not just one. There's many factors. Sometimes when you lose your job, you can get depressed. When you go broke, you can get depressed. When you kurang kasih sayang, not enough love from your parents, can make you depressed. Being bullied online can make someone depressed. Being bullied at school. There's many causes of depression. I'm not an expert, but I suffer with anxiety. And these are some of the experiences that people share. Mm. There's a lot of questions suddenly. Or maybe because we're doing Q&A. How to overcome anxiety. Philip, you got this one?
I got this one. Actually, I don't know whether I got this one.
Okay, how do I deal with my anxiety? Guys,
Yeah.
I said earlier, keep yourself busy. Keep yourself busy. Do not be alone. Jangan duduk sorang-sorang. Jangan simpan dalam. Share and keep yourself busy. And kalau siapa-siapa yang tak ada kawan nak share, if you don't have someone to share, guys, remember this. To all my Muslim followers, remember, if you have no one else to share, doktor ke, family ke, ustaz ke, get on your sejadah any time of the day. Signal dengan Allah tak pernah kurang dari 5G. Never. Right? Get on your sejadah and share on your sejadah. There's no such thing. I got no one to share. No such thing.
No such thing. Yeah, for sure.
Even for other, I'm sure other religions. I have friends who are from other religions. When they are depressed, they talk to God. They pray. So
Yeah.
go back to the basics.
I think the other bit just to throw in there is, very quickly, if busyness is making you anxious, and you're actually feeling like, you just can't breathe because you suddenly realize there's so many things to do, then do exactly the reverse. Do exactly the reverse of what's making you anxious. Take time and just sit and just clear your mind and relax. And if things come up to your mind, just put it in its spot and just continue.
This is a good question. Yo, Philip, look at this.
Yeah.
There's I noticed this, Philip. A lot of students are actually depressed or stressed because they have to do class online.
Yeah. Honestly, for me also, I have to work online. And so since February, I've actually just been stuck at home with a laptop for the past 8 to 9 months. And that has been work. And that has basically been, you wake up at 7 and there's things to do all the way until nighttime, 11 or midnight. And that's how it feels like. What I want to suggest to them is that, it's going to feel out of control if you let it take over. And there's going to be a schedule for your online classes, and outside of that schedule, you need to find your own time. And just because class is online doesn't mean that, you can't do your things after the class. And, like you said, Caprice, exercise, pray, just find time to spend with your friends and family. It's balancing that. I feel like it's all about striking the right balance.
I'm looking at this differently, Philip.
Yeah.
When ramai people share tentang diorang tengah stress sebab kena belajar online, I always look at it from a different angle. I feel like COVID-19, work from home or belajar online, is a huge wake-up call for all of us to start innovating. Like when you think about classroom and education, classroom has never changed the way they teach since kita punya atuk and tok nyang, right? Classes, meja, kursi, cikgu. Meja, kursi, cikgu. Since my era, my dad, my atuk and tok nyang the classroom has been the same for decades, brother. Decades.
Yeah.
COVID-19 should force us to approach learning differently. Now, I get it. The infra for online learning is not perfect, right? But I believe whether it's the government of Malaysia, whether it is Instagram, whether it is the Ministry of Education, we must take this chance to innovate ways of how to learn, to innovate ways of how to send knowledge, to innovate ways of how to do assignments. You know what I mean? This is the best time for innovation. Whenever we are in Islam, bila kita diuji, when we are tested, is actually the best time for us to innovate, to find a solution, not be depressed. Actually, in Islam, bila kita diuji, that means Allah loves us, right? God loves us. When we're being tested, that means God loves us. So when you are being tested, something like online learning,
Yeah.
actually, this is the best time for you to innovate, not be depressed. It's just online learning. It's not like someone has a gun to your head and like, yo, pay your bills, right? Pay your bills. It's just learning. Mengejar ilmu, which is one of the pillars, fundamental values of Islam is mengejar ilmu, kongsi ilmu. Mengejar ilmu, kongsi ilmu. Can you imagine kids nowadays being depressed, being online? My dad's era, there was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. There was no YouTube. If the lights go off, the lights go off. If the lights go off, there's no Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? But you see how
Yeah.
um, being learning online can make someone depressed, which is real. But at the
It's
same time,
real.
I hope that the government of Malaysia, the Ministry of Education, can take this time to really innovate ways of how to share knowledge, how to do assignments, and what kind of assignments. Don't just give essay. Maybe this is the best time to build a platform where people can be hands-on. Hands-on. Nak belajar doktor ke, nak belajar psychiatrist ke, nak belajar practical ke, more hands-on online. It could be a game. It could be the wiring. For example, if I'm learning how to do wiring, should build a game, whether the government builds a game for us or a third party build games, how to wire a car. So you know what I mean? Innovate. Don't just wait. Don't just wait for COVID to disappear. Don't wait for COVID-19 to suddenly disappear. It's not going to disappear. Don't wait for the vaccine to suddenly be available everywhere. This is the best time for innovation. I always believe in where there is pressure, there is innovation. Where there is stress, there can be innovation. Where there is a problem, there should be innovation. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Strong words.
I mean, hopefully,
Yeah.
being stressed is one thing, but finding a solution is way better, right?
Yeah.
Being depressed is one thing, whether it's about online class, right? By finding solution and innovation has never let mankind down. Never. Philip, you can never tell. You're from Instagram, Philip. You're part of the innovation, right? Innovation has never let mankind down.
I think it's you keep moving forward,
Yeah.
and it just keeps getting better that way.
Yeah.
And so I think to that question there, the last thing you want to do is feel like you're stuck in a rut. It's okay to
100%.
take time. Okay to take time and gather yourself, but you don't want to just feel, oh, I'm fixed and this is a big problem and I can't fix it. There's always going
Yeah.
to be a way forward. You find the energy in yourself.
100%.
Yeah.
How we doing on time, Philip?
I think we're good. We're at 9 now. It's 9:10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been 1 hour plus already.
You want to do one more
Um,
question?
let's do one more.
That's a good question.
Oh, this is a
Will
very good question.
depression come back after we get proper treatment? I've been treated with anxiety and depression dalam masa 10 tahun. For the past 10 years, I've been treated at least more than 20 times. Easily. For the past 10 years of me fighting anxiety, fighting depression, I've been treated more than 10 times. Easily. Easily more than 10. I would say more than 20. It will come back, guys. Benda ni macam benda mental. As long as you still have a brain, it will come back. It can come back. Just the same way we service our car. Kita hantar kereta untuk service. Nak tukar engine oil, nak tukar engine. You service your car, We have to service our brain. We have to. How do you service your brain? In Islam, go back to the basics. Salat, zikir. When it comes to physical, go to the gym. When it comes to mental, do puzzles, read books, read stories, read. Ilmu is the best fruit for your brain. Ilmu. Guys, I'm not talking about TikTok or Gaelic videos. I'm not talking about Gaelic videos, guys. That's not ilmu. Ilmu is vitamins for your brain. Ilmu is fruits for your brain. Ilmu are nutrients for your brain. Your brain, I don't know the numbers, Philip, but someone say we only use less than some percent of our brain. The other
Yeah.
percent of our has not been tapped yet, right?
Yeah.
So mental illness is an illness in the brain. That means your car tengah rosak. Your car tengah rosak. When your car rosak, what do? Send it for service, right? And if you cannot go to a ustaz or a doctor, the best way to service your own brain is to always mengajar ilmu and feed it with nutrients. And if you're a Muslim, zikir, 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 zikir. You know, that is the best fruits for your brain. Inshallah.
I think you know, we talk to experts here, so I just share a very quick one.
Yeah.
You know, Farah, you're saying treatment, you're not saying cure. And that's exactly the point, because there isn't always going to be 100% cure. You get treated for it. It's also kind of like asking, will I get sore throat if I go for, will I get sore throat come back again if I go for proper treatment? I mean, it's not something that you fix. It's always going to be changing your health. But I think what we hope for everybody today here is that it keeps getting better, and you keep getting stronger, and you keep finding your own ways to, I think, you know, deal with it each time it comes back.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, Philip, that was the last question. Should we wrap it up?
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Hey guys, I'm
thank
gonna
you so
save
much.
IG live. I'm gonna save IG live on my Instagram. So siapa-siapa yang terlepas tengok, you can watch it on my IG store, IG TV. So guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, just leave it in a comment below. Philip, once again, thanks for joining
Thank
me
you.
on Untitled Chat. I appreciate it,
Thank you.
brother.
Take care,
Have a
brother.
good night.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Cheers, bro.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye-bye.